saying that she caught him in bed with dudes and shit.
No, what the fuck? What?
Cam Newton gave her this crazy ass look, and she was like, "They were on
Yo,
mushrooms, though."
Mike, the trade got
What's up?
vetoed. Not the Luca one, the other one.
The other one.
Lakers say Dalton Knecht, Mark Williams trade has been rescinded after Hornets failed to satisfy condition of the deal. The fuck does that mean? They can't renege.
Yeah,
Once you
they
nig, you
motherfucking.
can't renege. You can only nig once.
Damn. They said, yeah, Dalton sucks. Get him out. We want our man. We want our dude back.
Bro, that fucks us. The trade deadline's already over.
They shouldn't be allowed to do that after the deadline.
The trade was conditional on Mark Williams and Dalton Knecht coordinating past the physical. Because the trade man. What's up, YouTube? What's up, Lakers Nation? What the fuck just happened? What happened? Like, seriously, what the fuck just happened? Got a lot of thoughts, but let's start with this first before we get into the news, because I know everybody, including me, is wondering what the fuck happened. Anyway, Austin Reeves. No LeBron, no Luka, no more Anthony Davis. Shorthanded Lakers squad went up against a Pacers team who's been pretty hot lately. A very similar record to what the Lakers currently have. They're fourth in the East. We came into the game fifth in the East. Austin Reeves dropped a career high 45 points. Rui Hachimura on his birthday drops 24 points. I think Gabe chipped in like 15. I think they were all 3-pointers. It's like 5 and 9 for 3-pointers. Another really strong defensive game. Another good Vando game. Goodwin, a two-way player we brought up, got significant minutes today and played some good defense. And it was a really feel-good win. And very excited, about Monday with Luka, Mark Williams joining the team, LeBron coming back, and seeing what this team could truly look like with all of the pieces put together. It's very, very exciting time. And just like clockwork, 1 week ago today, after we beat New York and had a great game from all the guys, and then the Luka trade kind of happened right after that and kind of overshadowed the game. This week, fresh, let me change my camera. This week, fresh off of the win, we get this news here. Lakers say that Mark Williams, Dalton Knecht trade has been rescinded. And that's where that clip came from me when I was playing 2K with the fellas. Just very unexpected, man. Like, I thought the trade deadline was over. I thought we were good. Everything was fine. We're ready to rock and roll going forward. But according to Shams Charania here, Mark Williams' physical with the Lakers showed multiple issues, and the team failed him on the exam, sources tell ESPN. The physical was not failed due to his back, however. So I know it was going along a little slow. The trade hadn't been officially announced for a while, and it happened late. Maybe we just needed time for everything to go through, and they were going to announce it the next day. I'm pretty sure the Lakers ended up tweeting it. I'm pretty sure that the Charlotte tweeted it. Mark Williams himself tweeted purple and gold heart emojis, and seemed everything was going to be a done deal. But apparently, when the UCLA doctors and everybody from our side looked over his report, they said, okay, everything's going to be fine. They cleared us to do the trade and all that good stuff. But when Mark Williams actually showed up to LA in person and they did the physical on him with our doctors, they didn't like what they saw. And, he's still healthy enough to play, but the plan with this guy was for it to be, not just this year, is to be 3, 5, 10-year plan to line up with Luka. And apparently his physical was so bad that they failed him, And not only did they fail, and they said this is something that we don't think would work out long term due to his health and concerns about his health in the future, which is really tough because all this stuff has got announced. Like Dalton Knecht's already been traded, Cam Reddish has already been traded. They have to come back now. And same thing with Mark Williams. He was already traded. He tweeted, purple and gold heart emojis. Now he's got to go back to Charlotte. And it's like, oh man, yikes. That's tough. That's really tough. And then I want to come back to Dalton Knecht here, but let me see if I can find Charlotte. I want to read this statement that they put out. Yeah, Dalton Knecht never missed a shot and never lost a game as a member of the Hornets. So the Hornets put out a statement here earlier today that is very very telling about possibly who they are as an organization here. So it says, we are excited to welcome Mark back to our Hornets organization. After the other team aggressively pursued Mark, we made the difficult decision to move him. We have always held great respect for Mark's talent, work ethic, and character. We are thrilled to see him rejoin our roster as a dynamic presence at the starting center position. His return strengthens our team, and we look forward to the impact he will make on and off the court. It's a nice statement, when it comes to Rob Williams, because basically what they're trying to do is save face. But why are they lying? Look at these replies here. Granted, a lot of them are Lakers. You lied about his injury. Fuck your franchise. And then of course Lake Show, what the old classic. Why are you lying? You offered him first scoop ball, talking about some after the other team aggressively pursued Mark. Except Shams confirmed y'all reached out to the Lakers. What happened is very clear. Mark was injured and you forced him playing leading up to the deadline to try and trick a team into a trade. You are a pathetic franchise. And I think that kind of caps it very well right there, because I agree. Because Mark Williams was not, I've never heard anybody mention Mark Williams' name this whole year. I, myself, didn't even know who Mark Williams was. I had never heard of him. No disrespect. I don't watch Charlotte play basketball. I did not know who this man was. I had to look him up. I spent a lot of time looking at film. It's not like I understand really what I'm watching. It's just more of an eye test type of thing. I watched a lot of his film, offensively, defensively. I listened to podcast after podcast after podcast, which I do anyway. You kind of see I'm in my work uniform. I was not mentally ready to go live last night about this or make a video about this last night, and I was live. It was one of the nights I actually got to play with my friends because of my work schedule. And this is 2 weeks in a row where I was on there with Mike. Last week we were playing and the Luka trade went through. This week we were playing and the Mark Williams trade got rescinded. So kind of crazy. And I listen to a lot of podcasts while I'm at work, was my point in saying all that. So I was listening to a lot of specific Mark Williams podcasts and people's podcasts about the Hornets, and I listened to Locked On Hornets today to see what their kind of reaction was. And when the host came on, a lot of their fans were in the comments saying oh no, we suck and this is bad, this is awful, nobody's going to want to trade with us anymore, and yada yada. So even the people on their team, granted every fan base kind of goes a bit overboard a little bit, you could still sense that they realized on their side, this is bad. This is bad, just like it's bad for us. So couple of things here I want to talk about, because going back to Dalton Knecht, there is 3 scenarios here, maybe 4, but at least 3 scenarios. Best scenario was the trade went through, Mark Williams was healthy, everything looked good, we win the championship, sunshine and roses, rainbows and sparkles and all that shit. Everything's great. Second scenario, I kind of forgot my scenarios here a little bit. What was I talking about? I'm sorry, I'm running off of no sleep because I was up all night again and I worked. So, yeah, that was first scenario. Second scenario, we do nothing at all. That was it. Second scenario is we did nothing at all. And we were all mad about it. But Dalton Knecht, we still have Dalton Knecht. We still have our picks, the 31 first overall or first round pick and the 30 pick swap, plus Cam Reddish. The worst scenario, because what I laid out there was not the worst scenario. Doing nothing, keeping the pick, that wasn't worst scenario. Worst scenario is we get rid of Dalton, we get rid of Cam, we get rid of both the picks, we get Mark Williams, and then he never plays. We try to get him on the court, and it's not right. It don't look good. We find out that he's actually really hurt. He never plays, and we're out Dalton Knecht. We're out the picks, and Dalton turns into a superstar. That would be worst trade scenario. We are in a bad spot. Like they kind of fucked us. I'm not gonna lie. Like we are in a bad spot because the trade deadline is over. That's what's so bad about it. The trade deadline's over. We can't rework this trade. We can't take Dalton Knecht out of the trade. We can't take the picks out of the trade. We can't touch that trade at all, and we can't explore any other trades. They fucked us. That is bad. But it is still not worst case scenario. The worst case scenario is still by far is if we pulled off the trade and then Mark Williams was not who we wanted him to be and ended up being hurt or not playing at all. That is for sure worst case scenario. Because the scenario we're in now, we are fucked as far as a big man, but we do have Dalton Knecht back. I don't know how much run he was going to get in the playoffs, but we definitely need him for the regular season. And we can see what he got, man, because I think Dalton Knecht, I honestly think he's going to be a really good player. I think he's got very, very serious potential and upside. No question about it. I think he's going to be really good. It hurt to lose him in that trade because we know the potential, but we also knew the right here, right now need that could kind of sway you to talk yourself into saying it's worth doing, especially after underpaying for Luka. It gives you more flexibility to say, maybe we can overpay for a big because we really need one. So, where does that leave us now? All we got is possible free agents and buyouts. And the kicker with the buyout is we're a first apron team. We're just right below the second apron team with this trade not going through. It pushes us back to just being just below a second apron team. And we have 15 men on our roster now because we were trading 2 for 1. But since we got the 2 back, we got a full 15-man roster. We're going to have to cut somebody if we want to sign someone. So, what do? I don't know. People were throwing around a lot of names earlier I was hearing, but the only thing with that is a lot of these people they're naming, either one, I don't know who the fuck these people are. I've never heard of them before, literally ever, which I never heard of Mark Williams either, so that might be my fault. I've never heard of them, or I've heard of them and they're either never like stuck on the team or they're older. You know what I mean? So, like, I don't know. I see some people go to teams and look really good, and then the team doesn't keep them or they're not signed the next year. And I'm like, man, were they just playing good against us because we're the Lakers? Or, like what are they seeing besides what was just on the court that I saw that makes them say this dude can't do it, that he shouldn't even be in the league? Like, he's not even signed to a team, or the team that he is signed to would rather pay him now to get him off the books. unless the person specifically asks for it. But you usually don't ask for that unless there's somewhere to go. And until last night at 12:30 or 12, there was no reason to do that. I mean, I don't think any other really good teams were exploring people on the buyout. Usually the best teams don't really need buyout players. They just pick up somebody just because it's a name. You know, like back in the day, they'll pick up, a superstar who's trying to win a ring before they retire, but they don't really play much, if at all. Apologize, I'm smoking here, but just got done with work, and I'm kind of stressed about, the news here. I've been waiting to make this video and listen to stuff all day, so listen to stuff about the trade and not going through all day. So, of course, the popular ones, JaVale McGee, Dwight Howard. I'm with Trevor Lane. Bring them in for a workout. See what happens. If they look like they can play, sign them. But being more realistic, look at who the fuck is Adoksa Azumbiaki. I'm sure he's a fine gentleman. He's only 25 years old. I wish they had how big these people are. 6'11", 270. But can he run? And is he a lob threat? In all honesty, at this point, it probably doesn't even matter. Like, it probably doesn't even matter. Who's just a big body? Ebio Badaji. Not familiar with your game. Bismack Biombo. No thank you. Moses Brown. I am not familiar with your game. Harry Giles III. I would prefer not. Kai Jones. I am not familiar with your game. I am sorry. Damian Jones. Hey, he was on the team before. I thought he looked good when we had him, and I thought we blew it when we let him go. Maybe we bring him back. That's just me. There's probably a reason he's not on the team now. Boban. Hey, he's 36. Damn, I didn't know he was 36. That's kind of crazy. JaVale McGee, Chemizi, Mike Muscala, no thank you. Tristan Thompson, his name's still out there. He should just go back to ESPN. Oscar Tashibiwe. Like, who are these niggas? Who are these niggas? I was freaking out last night. What the fuck are we going to do now? What the fuck are we going to do now? If Andre Drummond asks for a buyout, he has 2 years on his contract. He has a player option. They said he would have to waive his player option and ask for a buyout in hopes that, maybe we sign him to a multi-year deal. But in reality, since all this fell through, I mean, we're in a very, very, very good position for the summer. Like, a very good position. We are going to have so much money in expiring contracts. We're going to have an extra pick, plus the pick that we still have. So, like, we could potentially have, 3 really good picks to offer, plus $40 million. We can get, not whoever we want, obviously, but, with the Mark Williams, it was kind of you could talk yourself into it. He can score and he can rebound. He had solid qualities. But the things that we needed, and he was a lob threat. But, defense and, he wasn't the complete package, which nobody is, but there's people who fill more boxes than Mark Williams, basically. We could get a better fit in the summer. But that ain't going to help us right now, man. That ain't going to help us right now. We still got to go through the rest of the season. Now, Jackson Hayes has played better. He had 12 rebounds last night. We're going to have LeBron and Luka who can both rebound. DFS and Vando can both rebound. Austin Reeves is dropping 45. We have a lot of firepower. But there's some big people in the West. OKC's got a big lineup they can run. Of course, Denver has a big lineup they can run. Houston has a big lineup they can run. So, like, eventually when we get to the playoffs, there's going to be teams in the playoffs who can exploit our small ball lineups. Like, you can't do it all the time. It was the same thing I was saying when we had AD and we ran him as our small ball five. I'm like, that's all good and well. That's a very good lineup for us. That might be our best lineup. But it's situational. And other teams aren't stupid. You know what I mean? Other teams aren't just going to be like, oh, no, they're playing small ball. What are we going to do? We can't figure it out. Like, it's a 7-game series. It's the best of the best. The other good teams are going to figure out a counter. And then that means what? We're going to have to counter. And if we can't counter because we literally don't have anybody that's big enough, you know? So, hopefully, Christian Wood can come back. Maybe. We haven't heard anything. All his updates have been there are no update. I don't know how your update can be that there's no update. That's what the update's for. Like, why are we even updating if there's no update? Max Kleber, he's not that big, but he is a big, and he can shoot. 2 months for the reevaluation. So, early April, right as the playoffs are literally starting. I mean, it'd be better than nothing, don't get me wrong, but, like, waiting all the way to the end of the season to add a big, man, after you have to get through the whole regular season, then trying to figure out how to make that work in your lineup because you didn't have any regular season games to kind of just try stuff, because, like, sometimes you just got to try shit. You don't always want to just be trying shit in the playoffs when you have to win these games. You might have one try it game one, and then after that you got to go. I'm not sure. I'm really not sure. So, maybe Dwight Howard just somehow drank from the fountain of youth and will be okay. Maybe maybe Andre Drummond asked for a buyout. He's a good rebounder and he can clog the paint at least. He could bang with Jokic. Pause. Maybe Christian Wood comes back. I don't know if I already said that. If not, if I said that, then Maxi Kleber or vice versa. Just whatever. I don't know. We are in a little bit of a tough spot, and no buyout guys who made more than $13 million last year, so that crosses out a bunch of potential buyout targets too. So I don't know. It seemed like I said it while I was with the guys yesterday. I said it's Saturday. I got done with work early. I'm gaming. The guys are on. The Lakers are looking good. I'm smiling. Like, shit's going too good right now. It was going too good. And then that, it was going too good, and, that news hit. And I was like, I should have known. But I don't want to harp too much because, I mean, everything I said is true. The Lakers are looking good. We do have Luka. Austin Reeves just dropped 45 points yesterday. If Rob Pelinka has one more trick up his sleeve, like, he was already getting in the statue conversation from what just happened with this, trade deadline after, think of that, how bad we were thinking of Rob and all this shit from the Rush trade and so on from there. Besides, I don't know. But if he's got one more trick up his sleeve and he can salvage this season, he'd definitely be in statue territory. But if not, we might have to wait further until the off season. But Luka should premiere on Monday. Let's not forget that. It's going to be fun to see this see this team and see what JJ Redick's going to do, because I think JJ Redick has been coaching his ass off. So if we can get some type of Lakers miracle as far as a big, JJ will be able to figure it out, and Rob will be right back in statue talk. So I'm going to get out of here before I ramble on anymore. It's been over 20 minutes. So if anybody has made it to this point in the video, thank you. You are a real one. I'm sorry you're having to listen to an old man ramble on, but, you know, I think we really have potential for this year, and it just sucks that happened. So we'll see what happens. It's not over. It's not over. But thank you. Just like the video, subscribe if you haven't already. Appreciate you guys, and GG's.